Paul Harrison, and we started off initially with Shady Vaping, which was a retail store. We've now got 2 retail stores. We manufacture mechanical mods under Endless Mods. We've got Birmingham Fog E-Liquid, AF Juice, and Build and Wire. I started smoking when I was about 13. By the time I left school, I was smoking 20 cigarettes a day. By the roll part at the age of 25, I was smoking 40 to 50 cigarettes a day. Always was a heavy smoker. Back in 2011, my wife had our second baby together, which was my number 4. And we went on a bit of a health drive to lose some weight. And by that point, I was probably smoking at least 50 cigarettes a day, sometimes breaking into a 4th packet, so over 60 cigarettes a day. We'd been to Merry Hill. I'd seen an electronic cigarette booth. I didn't actually know what it was, what it'd done. I just decided one Friday night, tomorrow, we had to go to Costco in Birmingham, to the wholesalers. So I said to her, we'll go there, do that first thing in the morning, then I want to get to Merry Hill, because it's the only place I'd seen a booth, kiosk, that sold this product. I'm going to try one of these electronic cigarettes. Drove over to Costco and they just launched the vape stick that morning. So I took that as a sign from God that I should invest some of my money into vape stick. And we drove home from Costco smoking, set up my vape stick, took my first drag on a vape stick, and then I'd done 11 months exclusively without touching a cigarette from that moment. And then I literally fell off the wagon, and it took me 12 months. It took me 6 brand new kits, still vape stick because that's all I knew. And then a friend of mine came into work with a totally wicked kit, a CE4, 650 battery, some ice menthol he had in there, and I had a go on it, and I was like, I need one of these kits. So I think that kit cost me about 90 quid. And I bought a spare battery, I bought a spare C4, I bought a spare pack of coils, 4 bottles of ice menthol, and I was good to go. And then I'd done 4.5 years exclusively without vaping. Decided that if I could give up 60 a day, anyone could. I started selling it to family and friends at cost, just because I was like, you need not to be smoking cigarettes when there's this alternative that literally pacifies everything I needed as a smoker to not smoke cigarettes. And within a few weeks, I'd started looking at China and looking for potential suppliers, and Shady Vaping was born, and we literally started a Facebook group. We used to deliver from our house. We used to take orders on the Facebook page. If you ordered before 4 p.m. today, we got the kit before midnight tonight, which was just an unrivaled service, and still to this day, it's an unrivaled service, really. So we'd done that for 11 months, and in that 11 months, the last 6 months of that first 11 months, we was literally looking for the shop, the right location, and I just felt that we had a healthy business just from home. But I felt that if we could get people into an area where they could touch, feel, try, understand, be advised, that this could go big. And clearly, I'm sat in an event doing an interview for you guys where there's 20,000 people will have been through this building over the weekend, all for something that when I started, people used to ask me, is that wacky backy in there? Because electronic cigarettes just weren't a mainstream thing, so it was very unusual. We were just keen as a business to try and understand what the person was doing as a smoker, whether they wanted to quit smoking, whether they just wanted to blow clouds with their friends and have a hobby, if they wanted to dual use, if they wanted to try and quit the fags completely. And then ultimately say, look, if you want to dual use, actually just spend a little bit more money on a sub-ohm tank and a motor lung tank and do both through the same device. You don't need to dual use. As a human being, I've never been anti-dual use. I used to smoke 60 fags a day. I've been through phases in the last 4 or 5 years where I've smoked 5 cigarettes a day and vaped the rest of the time. So I've gone from exclusively vape to dual use on a very low level. I've had very bad times in that 4 years where I've been predominantly smoking and very little vape. I've managed now, I'm 11 months in without even having a drag of a cigarette again. And for me, it's about supporting people that have fell off the wagon. Again, I felt in the industry, it was a bit like that to people that dual used, or I fell off the wagon, I'm back on the fags. Oh, you can't do that, you've got to be a vapor. I just feel like every single packet of cigarettes that you don't smoke is a massive step forward. And if you can chain as many of them events together as possible to keep the timescale between smoking and vaping at its longest, it's all evolution to not becoming a smoker.